Hi everyone, we're going to start the next chapter of Indian in the Cupboard. This is chapter 16 and it's called Underfloor Adventure. Now you might not know this, but I want to talk a little bit about what an underfloor is. So we have our flooring. You might have carpet or linoleum or hardwood, wood floors, or whatever type of flooring you have. Well, if you have like carpet and you lift it up, there's like plywood underneath there. But underneath even that, there's this small area that's called the underfloor. With hardwood floors, especially in really old homes, sometimes there's little cracks in the hardwood and you can kind of, between the seams, and you can kind of see in there to this area called the underfloor. And because when they're building the floors, they put the plywood down, and then they have like little sections of wood, and then they put the floor on top of that. So there's this tiny little space. That would be called your underfloor. Maybe there's a parent at home that knows more about it than I do, but that's kind of what I know about it. Underfloor adventure. Omri and Patrick decided they must take it in turns to sit up all night with Boone. Remember? Little Bear shot Boone with an arrow. This was going to be tricky because of light showing under the door, but Omri unearthed a lopsided remain of a candle he'd made himself from a candle making kit. That makes me think of our beeswax candles we made. We can put it behind the dressing up crate, then the light won't show. They got into their pajamas, and Patrick was supposed to be sleeping on a folding bed, so they got it ready to avoid arousing suspicion. When Omri's mother came in to kiss them goodnight, they were both in bed, apparently reading. The fact that Omri was reading in a semi-darkness was nothing unusual. She was always on him about it. "Oh, Omri, why won't you switch on your bedside light? You're going to ruin your eyes." Do you have anyone say that to you at your house? I say that at my house to Carter and Eric sometimes. "It doesn't work," said Omri promptly. "Yes, it does. Daddy fixed it this morning." "You know what was wrong with it?" "What?" asked Omri, impatiently waiting for once that she would go. "That wretched rat of Gillen's had made a nest under the floorboards and lined it with bits of insulin, and it gnawed off the wires. It's a wonder it didn't electrocute itself." So Gillen's rat is now in the underfloor, is what they're saying, of the house. He somehow got himself in there. Omri sat up sharply. "Do you mean it got loose?" His mother gave him a lopsided smile. "Where have you been keeping yourself? It's been loose since last night. Haven't you noticed Gillen's frantically looking for it? It seems to have taken up residence under your bed." "Under my bed?" Omri yelled, leaping out of it and dropping to his knees. "It's no use looking for it. I mean, right under in the floorboards, under the floor. Daddy caught a glimpse of it today when he had the boards up, but he couldn't catch it, of course. It's a matter of waiting till it comes out for food, and then..." But Omri wasn't even listening. A rat? That's all they needed. Think about that. A rat. And tiny little bear and tiny little Boone had a rat. "Mom, we've got to get it. Oh, we've got to." "Why, you're not scared of it, are you?" "Me scared of that rat? Of course not. But we've got to catch it," said Omri desperately. He felt wild and furious. How could Gillen have let the thing go? The perils that a rat presented to his little men simply turned his blood cold. And why, of all rooms in the house, would it have chosen his? He was tearing frantically at the edge of the carpet, trying to pull it back, when his mother hiked him to his feet. Omri, that carpet and those floorboards have been taken up once today. They've been put back once, and everything is tidied up. Rat or no rat, I'm not going through it all again tonight. Now get into bed and go to sleep. But, into bed, I said. Now. When she used that tone, there was no arguing with her. Omri got into bed, was kissed, watched the light go off and the door close. And as soon as her footsteps had faded, he leapt up again, and so did Patrick. Now, we definitely have to stay awake all night. We mustn't close our eyes for even a moment, said Omri. He was hunting through his ancient collection of books. He was hunting through his ancient collection of book matches for one out of which his father had not cut the matches. At last he found one, and he lit the candle. Should Omri and Patrick be using matches? I'm shaking my head, and I know you are too. No way. Gently moving Boone's bed out of the hiding onto the bedside table, they set the candle beside it and sat one on each side, watching Boone's dreadfully ill-looking face. The pink square of Band-Aid moved frantically up, fractionally means a very little bit, up and down. As he breathed, you could hardly see it. It was like watching the long hand of a clock move. Ooh, that's connected to our math lesson. Only the strongest concentration enabled them to detect that very faint motion. Hadn't we better move the seed box up here too? Whispered Patrick. In the moment when Little Bear had shot Boone, Omri had almost been angry enough to have fed him to the rat. But now his fury had cooled, and he certainly didn't want anything awful to happen to him. Obviously, right? Yes, let's. Between them, they cleared a place on the table and lifted the seed box, with its longhouse, fireplace, hitching post, and up out of reach of the prowling rodent. Careful! Don't frighten the horses. The horses, however, were getting used to being carried about and hardly even looked up from munching on their little piles of grass cuttings. There was no sign of life in the longhouse. And I'm going to stop us right there.